exactly what the Golden City is, but it is Las Vegas. And if you've been paying attention, we've been foreshadowing that this is where we're going since episode 1. I want to remind you guys that I'm going to be giving away mini books. Should we get to 100 pre-launch? Right now we are at 63, which is incredible because last week, Monday, we had 13 followers and we gained like 50 followers in a week. So if we can continue, that would be great. Let me show you these. Let me show you the tiny little books. Have you seen these? Look at them. They're so cute. It's like, have you seen those anxiety bookshelves? The anxiety bookshelf where like you put all the little books. They're teeny tiny little books. Here, I'm going to show you. Like, this is one of the books from my daughter's anxiety bookshelf, which she got for her birthday. And I was like, I have a book. I want to put it on the bookshelf, right? And so that's when I figured this out and I shrunk down my cover. I have done those and I've made some for my bestie, Jo Salazar. She has the dead weight and the dead weight resistance. So I made her some books. I want to make your book too. Are you an indie author? Do you want a little tiny book? Let's make it. My goal is to have 60 because when I print a page of covers, it'll do 60 on a page. And so we can make like a whole set just on one page. Anyway, so there's that. Please sign up for pre-launch. Here is the linky loo in the comments. So remember, if we get to 100 backers, I will send you all a mini Path of the Pale Rider book, those minis. I got something new this week and I wanted to do a quick unboxing. Are you guys familiar with Zombie Book Club? So I've been on their podcast quite a few times. They're some of my most favorite people on the planet, and that's Dan and Leah at Zombie Book Club. And I met them through Brandon Staraki, and we had this whole thing with his mustache, which now belongs to me. But there's an author that I met through there. That's how I met Joe. I also met Sylvester Barzy, who's the only one who has defeated me on the Zombie Ween contest, and he's done this twice. So a friend of me, like I love him. He's a great person, but gosh dang it, stop beating me on this competition. I don't know. I'm salty. But I ordered his books. And so I got this last week and I wanted to open it here with you on the Brew to show off like this is some really cool packaging. When you're getting a zombie book, and I got I think 4 books for $20, you guys. This is what he sent me. And so I got this really cool, it's like a dog tag. I haven't read his stories yet, so I'm sure this has meaning. I just haven't had a chance to get into his books yet. And then like this comes out. This is super cool. It says Zombiography. What novel is credited with being the primary influence on George Romero's Night of the Living Dead? And he has multiple choice. So he has like zombie trivia built into his packaging. And the answer's on the back. I'm not going to read it, but super cool. I thought this was a nice touch. Wouldn't that be fun to send a trivia card with every single book that you send people? I don't know. I just thought it was a cool thing. I'm going to, it's in biohazard tape. Sylvester, don't kill me. I'm just going to 100% tear this open. Oh, there's more stuff. Okay, so as I unpacked it, things are falling out of this book. All right, so I got prints. And I'm going to go through these. These look like, I don't know if they're character studies. We got Catherine, Hector, who has some chicken. Chicken nuggets, everybody. And then we have, I don't know who this one, it doesn't have a name. Looks like a nun. I know. You know what? It's funny because none of these comments were coming through a second ago. So I clicked over to the private chat and clicked back, and now all of your comments are here. I was like, where the heck is everybody? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I know I need more trivia in my life too. And then here's a Peter. Anyway, there's bookmarks. There's zombie stickers. Another one. So he really sent me like everything. And now I thought I was going to get 4 separate books, but look at this. It looks like his 4 books combined into one. This is so cool. I cannot wait to have a book this thick with my name on it. Hashtag life goals. Sylvester, this is kick-ass. You guys should definitely go check him out. He has a big following on Instagram. Sylvester Barzy, everybody. Dead Planet season 1. I got the full. Anyway, I'm pretty stoked. And Sylvester, I need this in all your other covers to add to my indie bookshelf. Yeah? All right. Let's see if my comments have fixed themselves. All right, it's better. All right, okay. Enough about me. Sylvester, I've made a mess. Let me bring in I don't know if you guys noticed, I got a haircut. Do you guys care? Look, it's short. My hair was down to my butt, and it's like, yeah, who cares? Let me bring in my guest for today. I don't know if you all are familiar. I know the omnibus. It's going to be hopefully that thick. We'll work on it. Nuns and Zombies. Yeah, interesting. All right, everybody, let's welcome Alyson Shelton to the show.
Hi.
Morning. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Now, where are you located in the country?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Okay. So you are up early.
I am up early, yes. I
always-
had to arrange rides for my kids. That was the most complicated part. But
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having this show. There's so many indie comic creators who need space to talk about their work. So thank you for doing this.
Exactly. And I always say this, but I love having the show because I meet new people. I learn from every single person that's on the show, like some of their things that I've never thought about, either marketing or writing tips so yes, there's space to promote everybody, but it's kind of a win-win for me because I get to meet more people and hang out with cool people. And
I host you're more than welcome to join me, Laurie. I host a thing on Instagram Live or a podcast where people write a poem, Where I'm From by Georgia L. Lyon, which is like kind of a famous poem. People do it in English classes and stuff. And so there's this prompt that was created by a man named Fred First, and then people come and join me with their take on the poem. And I'm doing 225 today. So it's been, I feel very similarly to you where it's just, I don't know, it's really special for me to hear these poems, to talk to people, to grow my community. You know, it's important for us to connect. And I don't know if you started during the pandemic, but I did when I was feeling really isolated. And
I'm
happy I have it now.
Well, it's like I had so I decided I was going to start into my comic book journey January of 2020.
Okay, yeah.
Really
bad that's similar with us. Mm-hmm.
So like my comic we didn't even self-publish until 2022 because it was just everything fell apart, during COVID and aftermath. So, but let's start the show out right. Let's dig into who is Alyson. We want to hear your origin story, how you got into writing comics, what were you reading, what were you influenced by, and ultimately, what was it that pushed you to jump in to the deep end and do it yourself?
Well, I would say that I've been writing for a long time. Like I did it in college and grad school, but the comic journey specifically. I started dating my husband when we were in grad school together, and he is a huge comic book fan. Yes. And I'm definitely the age where not everyone was a comic book fan. Like there were people who liked comic books, and then there were people who were like, comic books? What do you mean?
That's still a majority of people.
Yeah, and I loved him, so I was curious what he loved, and he wanted to introduce me to comics, and he took it really seriously because he knew I wasn't just going to like read endlessly what he recommended. So he recommended 2 books to me: Why the Last Man, Brian Michael Bendis. Not Brian, sorry, that's the other book. Brian Gavon and Pia Guerra, and then Alias, Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Gaydos. And those were the 2 books that he recommended. Alias was Jessica Jones. That was when he created Jessica Jones. So those were the 2 books, which is funny because they've both been turned into TV shows. Those were the 2 books, and I loved them both. And I really, I loved not only the story, but the art. Like Pia Guerra and Michael Gaydos are both incredible artists. And I was hooked on both of those books. And then we started, and we still read together. I don't read everything he reads, but we still have books we read together and talk about. And it's just like something that is important to our relationship. And I think it's a really unique medium. Like I think something I think about a lot as a writer when I have an idea is what's the best way to tell the story? Like what is the medium that's the best? Because I've made a film, I've made a comic, I've written a book, I've done different things. So and I think comics they're a really powerful way to tell certain stories. And I also love collaborating I've collaborated with Elise McCall on Reburn. And that relationship is really important to me beyond our work collaboration. She's a good friend. And there's something really magical about having a script and writing a story and then having somebody know what you're saying and make it the most amazing thing.
Yeah. That always astounds me as well when my art team is able to put on paper the things that have been rolling around in my head for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wrote my script in 2018 and I wrote it as a full-length movie because I was in production at the time.
Yeah.
And then didn't know what to do with it. Right.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, should I go send it to Netflix and then just wait forever and nothing happens? And my situation is very similar to yours. My husband was into comics. And so he was the one that was like, you could turn this into a comic book. It's such a visual medium that it could tell the story better than if I were to write it into a novel. And so we were off and running. But I agree with you. It's so amazing. That's the best day of my life is when I get new pages, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the best day of my life until I get the next new page. And then it's the best day of my life because I'm always amazed when they are able to visualize the words, you know what I mean? And the characters that we haven't met yet. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's nice to finally see this character. It's so cool.
Yeah. And I don't know how you found your artist, but obviously Elise does the line and the layout and everything. And then Hillary Jenkins did the colors, but and Joe McGill did the letters. But, we approached Elise just because I had seen her work and I admired her and we really wanted to work with a woman. And, we had a Zoom call. It actually wasn't Zoom. It was something else because it was for the pandemic. But we just clicked immediately, it felt magical talking to her about the script and the characters. And, but you still don't know. You can admire someone and have a connection with them, but that doesn't mean you're going to work well together. And so as those first pages rolled in, it was like, I really did feel like, wow, she's like in my brain and doing a better job than my brain is doing of bringing this to life. It's really, and she's done some concept art for a film, Jess and I, a short we made and a feature we're working on. And even in that too, it's just, there's something about, obviously visuals are interact with our consciousness so differently than just words, So.
Right. And it's like, I don't know, it's like comics is that in between where it's like you get to read the words, but you also have time to look at an image and take it all in before it moves on to something else. And so you still get that show don't tell aspect.
Yep.
But it's at your own pace as opposed to live action where it's like, oh, I missed it. I missed that. Like I missed the foreshadowing. We were talking about a saloon in your story. And I as I was reading, I had to go back and I was like looking at all the stuff in the background. I was like, I know.
It's so gratifying because we did put a lot of thought into it. So that's nice that you did.
Yeah. Well, I was like, there's a bunch of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Right. And I do the same with my own story. Like in my last issue that we released, issue number 7, we have a double splash, right? And it has this huge impact. And when you first look at it, it's overwhelming what's happening on this page. And then I'm sure people keep reading because they want to know what's going to happen. Yeah. But I keep telling people, I'm like, go back and look at that splash page, there's a ton of stuff in there. And it's like when they do, it's like then the payoff happens where it's like, oh, you see all the little things we hid in the corners and in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm always like, look at this, look at that.
Yeah.
What is he drinking? You know, what's in their hand?
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that where I'm like, there's little cues of what's going on. So your story is really interesting to me too, but let's not get there yet. So go back to your story. So you were reading comics with your husband.
Yeah.
You read Why the Last Man Standing, which is fabulous, and then Alias, right? And then you've been writing since college. But when was it where you were like, I need to do this?
Well, I took a break from writing when I had kids because it had been really hard business to be in, and I was just burned out, and I just felt, I mean, we were talking about this a little right before we were live. You know, it can be hard to keep going.
Yes.
Like you feel like, why nobody needs to really read this. It's like I think there's this expectation, like, or at least I felt I was raised in this idea that like, if you're talented, you'll be successful. Like if you work hard and you're talented, you will be successful, meaning make money doing it, make a lot of money doing it. And that's like, you can be talented and work hard and that might not happen for you. It's not a judgment on you, but it felt like it was to me. Like, oh, okay, I haven't, because in grad school, I definitely had expectations of where I would be and I wasn't there. And so then I returned to writing when both my kids were in school. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just kind of do what I'm going to sort of redirect myself. I think up to that point, I'd been writing what I thought might be commercially successful or the right thing to do or whatever that. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to write for the people who have been bugging me when I haven't been writing about, why aren't you writing? I want to read what you have to write. I'm going to write for them. And that was really life-changing for me because I think there's certainly, when I was in grad school, and I went to grad school for film and television production. So I didn't go like to a writing MFA. So it was a lot about business, right? I mean, film and television is definitely business. And I think there was this idea that you have to write for everyone, which is just ridiculous. Especially now we see how like important, like so many people are attracted to the niche thing that they are interested in, but that was kind of just starting to happen. And I was just writing for people who would never read my writing, like who would never be interested in the stories I would want to tell. So why was I doing that?
But I mean, like, and I know as you are now further in your journey, you understand that a lot of people want to read this. They just have to find you. They just have to know you exist.
I mean, it is hard, right? There is a lot of to just be seen. But anyway, so I started writing just like this group of people who were like, keep writing. So Jessica Patel, who was the editor and like producer of this project with me, we've known each other since like our first job on The Simpsons. We were assistants on The Simpsons. And I showed her a script that I wrote, a feature, and she really liked it. And we would talk about it. And she was producing V-Wars for Netflix, which is a comic. V-Wars. It was a comic, and then it became a TV show. And she was like in the headspace of, taking a comic and turning it into a show. It was with, I'm not going to be able to come up with it. Was in it Ian, the guy from Vampire Diaries. He was in it. V-Wars, Ian Summer, whatever. I can't think of his name. He was in it. It was for Netflix. Anyway, so she was working on that show, and she was just like, oh, you should turn this into a comic. I think it would be a great comic. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I don't even know what that would entail. Right. I think that's cool because Cody, my husband, would say things like that to me from time to time. And I would just be like, I'm not an artist. I don't know these kinds of artists. And so Jessica is like an incredible producer and friend. And she just kind of started working on it. Like just asking people like, okay, if I wanted to make a comic, what would I need to do? And what would you recommend I do? And one of the directors she knew is also a comic book artist, and he was Kari Andrews, and he was really helpful and encouraging. And so we just kind of started working on it. And I did say before this started, like, you really need people who believe in you, or I need people who believe in me to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like my whole creative life has happened because of the collaborations and friendships and mentorships and all the different people who've cared enough to tell me what I'm doing is worthwhile.
I agree. And I mean, like, a lot of times we're all, and I'm speaking as a creator, where you create something and you put it out in the world and there's crickets. And you're like, what was all that hard work for?
Yeah.
And then that one person is like, this is awesome. Like, you know what I mean? A friend of mine has been reading the series, my own series, and he took the time to actually message me back and forth about what he thinks is going on and what's the overlying, theme of the story. And I was like, someone actually gets it. And now there's more people that get it, but they're not in your DMs telling you.
Right.
Thing. Everybody's so dang busy. I was just talking with a friend of mine today, George Medina, and he was like, hey, Laurie, it's been a while. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I was just thinking about you. And he was like, you were thinking about me, but not enough to actually send me a message. And I was like,
yeah,
you're right. You're right. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. People are reading your stories and they're thinking about it, but they're not necessarily in your inbox telling you what they think. And so as creators, it feels isolating sometimes to put stuff out, like you're on your own little iceberg, screaming into the void, but that's not the truth. The one who gets it is so hot.
It's true.
This is true, Dylan. The one that gets it, we're like, oh, I love you. Like, no, I can go back and I can write some more and put.
Yeah. And I try to be that for other writers. Like, I do write writers, and I do just let people know that what they did was meaningful to me. And some of those people have become my friends. And it's just, I'm a big fan. I was talking to my mom yesterday, and we were talking about a friend of hers who died during the pandemic. And I have messaged with her daughter. I don't know her. I've never met her, but I messaged with her. And so when I was talking to my mom, I just messaged her and said, we're talking about your mom right now. We miss her. We love her. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of that. Yes. I'm a big fan of just, I'm thinking of you. And
I need to get better at that, I think, because I think about the people, but then I don't. And it's usually I'm driving, which is the problem.
I know. Driving is a really good the shower.
Children. Yes.
For these things to come to us. Yes. I mean, it helped because I was sitting in my car. I wasn't driving. I had gotten there. I was sitting in my car. So I could do it. I wouldn't have done it if I was driving, but I was just like, oh, because my mom had a dream about her the night before. And I was like, if somebody had a dream about my brother, for example, I would want to know. Like, you want to know when your angels are making contact with people. Like, I mean, it's I don't know, it's meaningful. And I think, like, sometimes we feel like isolated. There's a lot of conversation about that. And I think connection is really important.
I agree. Connection is so important. And I mean, connection as a creator, connection with the community, the camaraderie we have, the collaboration on projects always makes our projects better. And then again, even in our story, like the best stories are the ones where the characters are connected and then can connect with the reader. And I think that's so unique as like you said, a way of storytelling, as us as a creator being able to emotionally connect with the person reading our story. And we're not even in the same room. It's magic. Lou, I wanted to say something real quick. I don't know if you guys are in Path of the Pale Rider group on Facebook. Lou is the inspiration for what I posted there yesterday. If y'all want to join us in some Path of the Pale Rider cosplay, it was Lou that inspired me to do so. I think we could really have some fun. I'm looking to have some pictures put together to make a reel in February for when we're live. I think it would be a lot of fun for us all to dress up. And you could be a zombie, you could be a cowboy, cow woman, whatever you want. You could be some mixture of the two. You could be a protester. You can work for the government. Like, we got all those things in there. So if you want to dress up as Big James, I highly encourage it. You can be this giant undead bear. Good luck. Anyway. So you are on your journey to Reburn.
Mm-hmm.
Was Reburn your first, or did you do something else first? You have a different book that came out first.
No, this is my first comic. Yeah.
First comic. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
We've talked about other ones, but yeah, this was our first one. We're very proud of it. I have the book. I'm holding it because I just thought, oh,
yeah, show me. I'm gonna make you big. Hold on 1 second. Woo.
Here it is. It is not as big as that. I mean, my goodness, that omnibus. This is. I mean, this is 4 issues with a sneak peek of issue 5, which I was like proud of. That is something else. How many issues?
Right. And you guys, this was $20.
I mean, that is really. So is that black and white, or
it's a novel? It's prose.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that makes a real difference. I was
no, this one's my trade, and this was
right.
I'm in comics with you. So I don't have quite that big yet, but we're working on it.
No, that would be that it's prose makes so much more sense, because I was like,
yeah,
like,
you're like, who's omnibus
independently.
No, he's a novelist, so
I could just see dollar signs like, oh my God, that's so much
like, you know how much it is to print this?
It's
a graphic novel. But I think this is all 4 of his books,
which is still a huge accomplishment. Amazing. Yeah.
What? Say it again.
I mean, it's still an amazing accomplishment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is 4 of his books in one giant book.
That's awesome.
So this is really cool. I might rebind it.
You seem handy. You're making many. Those are so cute. The anxiety bookshelf.
We can add Reburn to the.
I would love that. I don't have an anxiety bookshelf, but I will take. It seems like also it would be a good keychain. That size.
Keychain, yeah, or earrings.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I have earrings. I did that on Etsy.
Did you?
Yeah. They're basically that size. Yeah, they're
like
cute.
A charm bracelet of your favorite indie books.
Yep. Yeah.
I think
I liked that idea too. With the novel, the trivia. I thought that was a cool, because when you're doing Kickstarters, you're always trying to think of like, what would be a cool
throw it in there, right?
To do. We did a tarot card. That was one of the things we did, because Jess is super into tarot. And we had some stickers, the holographics.
Oh, let me see.
It's a holographic sticker.
Cool.
We were very we liked stickers. That was something we went for.
I like that too. Yeah.
I don't have the tarot card on me, but Alyson,
but
I like that trivia.
I found a company that will make me scratch and sniff stickers.
Oh my God. What a blast from the past. So do they have scent choices, or is everything?
You got a whole list of.
Okay. I used to I don't know if you ever collected stickers. I did. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're around the same age. So
okay, yeah. So which is probably why I'm into these. Like, it's some kind of like nostalgic, like, oh, stickers. But scratch and sniff stickers were terrible to collect, because they all smelled the same when you put them together.
You put them all in the notebook, or like the scrapbook with the
heartbreaking.
It was like, this all smells like spaghetti.
It's like, but when you got them, it was so satisfying. I loved those things.
We used to go to the teacher store. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kids, like, teachers are in there buying supplies for their class, but we would just go in there to get the stickers. That's
brilliant. I did not. I remember going to some kind of store, like a sticker outlet.
Is this a joke, Lou?
I mean, that's good for you.
Full of the undead. Smells terrible.
Not great. Yeah. You have a dog. I also have a dog. I feel like, I remember the scratch and sniff that were just like really boring. Those are the ones I like. It was just like a picture of a lemon, and then it was like it smelled like lemon. It was the most basic scratch and sniff.
Didn't they have ones that were stinky too? Like, I remember I had a skunk one, and everybody wanted it. Strawberry shortcake. Hey, where's
just my God, strawberry shortcake. That also, you put all those dolls in the same shoebox. And they smell
weird
the same.
Plastic strawberries.
Did you have those
strawberries for shortcake ones?
Yeah.
Dylan says, I found my community over the past 2.5 years, and I love it. The Art Casters is a huge player. Hey, next week Scott Circlin is coming on the show. Speaking of Art Casters, so I find my community. The artist Tyler Crooks is another huge piece. He has a YouTube channel. It's fun, and then it's like, I don't know about you, Alyson, but when I first started and knew nobody,
Yeah.
one of the smartest things that I did was hire Jeff Haas, who's a publicist, and he's the one that got me on all of these podcasts. And I was like, I met people in the community, right? And then Pops Van Zant had me take over this show. We're on our 3rd year now. But if it wasn't for like introducing myself and meeting the community, I still would have been on square one by myself.
I found the community. I mean, I was very fortunate. Comics in Motion, which is like a British comics channel. How did I originally? I became friends with Tanya Todd. I don't know if anyone knows her. Anyway, she looks a lot like my main character, May.
Does she really? She looks like May?
So much that she has taken. So we are in this, and she's behind me too. That picture behind me.
Yeah.
She co-edited an anthology called Comics Lit, which is essays about how comics are literature.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm in that book, and Tanya takes that book and then my book to cons, and along with another writer in the book, Seth Singleton, who is also a comic book writer. And
Seth. I know Seth.
You know Seth? Okay. So he's in Comics Lit as well. And he's prolific, man. Wow.
He's great.
And such a nice person. And so when she takes Reburn, people will be like, oh, are you the inspiration for this character? Like, she looks so much like her that when she says, no, the book was written before I knew Alyson, they're like, no, really. But she knew you. She knew of you. She had seen your picture. She's like, no, I really don't think so. People don't believe her. So when you were talking about cosplaying, she sort of is cosplaying May, because she's just...
Yes, Dylan, you are very excited.
That's wonderful. I love your enthusiasm. So
like,
Emotion, all of them are wonderful. And I was a guest on a bunch of their podcasts. And then I'm part of like a podcast collective with Tanya and a few other women. And like we said, like, it's just nice not to be alone and to have people that care about what you care about. And just like the enthusiasm, and it's great. I felt very embraced, and I was really like gratified by how it'd be like, oh, you should be on this person's show. I love talking to you. You should talk to this person. You should talk to that, this kind of like, it's just people are really interconnected.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. And every time I go on a show, they're like, hey, my friend so-and-so has a podcast and he would love to talk to you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we watch everybody else's shows. So like I watch Catch the Craze, and I watch The Rin Rid, and I watch, Ian Miller. I watch a bunch of these other guys' podcasts. So when I see a guest that I want to interview, I'm sending them my link too. Like, hey, I would love for you to come on and talk to me. Having friends is good.
Thank you for that summary. It's true.
Thank you.
And also it's a quote.
Also, I have to say, it's great to find your people. We're talking about our community, but it's just such a nice feeling to feel like you're normal. I don't know about you, Alyson, but when I go to the neighborhood barbecue, like the street party, and everybody's talking about what do you do and da-da-da, and I'm like, oh, I write comics, and they just look at me like, is that still a thing?
Yeah. There's a pretty vibrant comics community here in Los Angeles, and we have many great comic stores. And my husband is a frequenter. I mean, I go, but he goes like every Wednesday to his too. And I love comic book stores. They're so important. And independent bookstores, and like they are these kind of third places where you can find your people. And it's nice to be somewhere that's not home and not work.
Yeah. Just hang out and like no pressure, and you know what I mean? There's something to be said about that, about finding people and being accepted, and nobody thinks you're weird.
No, weird is encouraged.
Weird is encouraged. All right. I want to dig into, where are we? 36 minutes. We're good. I want to talk about.
I have no idea what time it is, Laurie. This is your show, so you.
I know you're good.
Like, sure, I don't know.
You just relax. I'll run the show. I want to talk about Reburn. So you and I met actually months ago, and because this show is booked out forever.
You're very popular.
Yes. In fact, we're booked out to August right now.
Good for you.
So awesome. If people want to be on the show, make sure you grab a spot. I don't know. I don't know how far out in the future I'll let it go. I might have to turn off next year because I don't want, it's so hard. It's like, I don't want people to be booking in 2027. That's crazy.
Yeah. With my poems, I book about, right now I'm in June. And I've had those moments where it's like 8 months and you think, okay, how far am I going to go? I've thought, I don't know if you've ever thought too about just doing like a whole week where you're just like, okay, I'm just going to knock a bunch. Like if you ever had so much interest, would you ever do like 5 days?
I don't have time. I don't have time during the week.
Well, this is much more. This is longer. Mine's like 20 to 30 minutes. So I could, 2 hours is a commitment, Laurie.
I believe you, man.
Every week. That's a lot.
Yeah, but I love it because then we can go off topic and it doesn't matter because it's like all right, we'll reel it back in. We'll talk about things. You know what I mean? Like we want to talk about Reburn. We want to talk about the weather. We want to talk about, I don't know, fish. We can talk about Fish Lee. We won't talk about him to his face though. So just kidding.
He just signed on, right? Oh, here he is.
Yeah, this is Mr. Fish Comics. He's a friend of mine. I always tease him. All right. So Cialzino is from there in your area?
From the West. I'm in West LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not far.
Not far.
Yeah.
A lot closer than Texas is. You don't have time, but you're magic. I'm not as quick as Fish Lee. I'm just saying. Fish Lee is the fastest hands in the West. Not like that.
Impressive.
Like this. He draws. So let's talk about Reburn. Right. I'm about halfway in. I am hooked in the story. I mean, give us the elevator pitch and then let's dig in to the
out of practice. There's some apocalyptic floods and the world order changes, and we have this utopian society called the Unity, led by a woman named Hope. And May helped because she has mysterious superpowers create this society. And then, of course, absolute power doesn't go well. The utopian society doesn't turn out to be too utopian. So May and her husband Sky and this mysterious person Mercy are determined to bring it down. And in the course of them bringing it down, we learn a lot about the Prism Industries, who's integral in the creating of the Unity and all the suspect things they've been doing for decades. And many of them they did to May. So
I feel like poor May was kind of the guinea pig for a lot of the things.
Absolutely was. And it's so interesting, how you see themes repeat themselves or you see them in other works, and
yes.
I don't know if anybody watched Stranger Things, but I did. And and so like May, where they find out she has these superpowers and they want to try to replicate them, right? Just like what happens to 11 and 8 in Stranger Things. And I do think the reason this keeps happening in stories is because we know that's what would happen. Like if someone had superpowers.
I was, the person I was talking about that I had a conversation with that understood the story of mine was this gentleman right here, Cialzino, who gets it. And we were talking about power and how humans are always the ones that ultimately want to control. And I see that in your story as well. I'm going to take this down for just a second. I'm not going to spoil the story. I can show you.
I didn't know what we were. That's why I was like, are we gonna, do I tell reveals? Like,
I don't want to show off all the goods. I want people, like, you have to go see this story yourself, people, but I would love to talk about the Unity if we could. There is, let me get to that page. There's some really stunning art in here. Like, let me show off this page. Fish will appreciate this page. I thought this, no context, but I'm just there's 4 panels, but it's one stairwell and the conversation, like this is just chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Where it's like they're at the bottom, they're coming up the stairwell and it's just one long conversation. And no, I'm not come on. Fish.
It's like, go ahead and spoil it.
No, I don't think so.
A lot of stuff goes down, Mr. Fish.
Fish appreciates this because exposition is hard. And when you're having a conversation, how to keep the art interesting, and this is genius. In fact, I want to try this in my own series, where it's like if you have to convey information or they're planning something, this is a beautiful way to show, the story develop with one scene, but like each panel moves the time forward. It's just, it's a great page. So beautiful. So stuff like this, I can see that your team knows what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Elise is great at sequential art. I mean, she's also a painter and she's incredibly talented. But I tell her all the time, like, she's so good at sequential art and storytelling and doing the thing where we tell where the story gets told between the panels. Like she really does an incredible job. And
that's one thing I wanted to say that I really appreciated reading this is that you don't slap anyone in the face with the story. It's implied, and then we read between the words and the visuals. It's like you can understand exactly what's going on and still foreshadow things that are coming, which makes me want to read more. So again, Chef's Kiss. I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, because there's sometimes to circle back to Stranger Things,
right?
Some of the discourse around that was like, they're not going to tell you everything.
Right.
Like, they're not going to tell you that Robin and Vicky broke up. You can figure it out. They broke up.
Right.
Come on.
Do they have to spend that time to it's like you can no. I don't know if that's a comment on us as a viewer. You know what I mean? Because of reels and TikToks and short form content where we need everything given to us. I don't know.
Yeah, I also find it interesting. I mean, this is something we talk about at length because we watched it as a family and we're all like interested in media. My husband's a television producer. My kids are definitely interested in media. So it's something we talk about like maybe more in depth than some families might. But to me, it's like people were really upset with the second dump because it was too explainy. It was like, they the plan so many times. Okay, sure. But then it was like they didn't explicitly tell us everything that ever happened. I'm like, so what are we wanting exactly? Like that to me is so frustrating. I think sometimes like the cultural discourse or media discourse can come from a place of forgetting how hard all this is.
Yeah.
And that even creating a show that everyone's talking about is this amazing accomplishment. And I understand it might not have been perfect, but it was very true to itself, I felt.
I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
I think that there was some writing things, but I understand what they were trying to do because I think now that they're going to be releasing like spin-offs, I think that's why we were focusing on a lot of these side characters we had never met before. Because in the beginning of Stranger Things, I was like, why are we so focused on Holly in the last season? Why are we introducing brand new characters?
For sure.
And then it was like, oh, we're getting spin-offs. Never mind. This is why we're
they're not doing any spin-offs in that world. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But I wanted to show everybody this page. I was like, oh, we're in Path of the Pale Rider. Look at this guy, you guys. Look at this guy. Is this not Jude St. Clair? Is this not? I mean, he's pretty close. Jude doesn't have a gnarly scar to show off like that.
It's pretty great scar.
Yeah. But he looks very similar to, I mean, like this could be right out of one of my pages. So
and this was a Kickstarter. Speaking of Kickstarter thoughts, this was a Kickstarter tier that we did the previous, like, okay, for if you want to be in issue 2. And it was fun. Like 5 people did it. And Elise was game for it. Obviously you need an artist who thinks that's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Not every artist would think that's a fun idea, but she did.
But also there's a sense of humor to this page because, I mean, look at this girl with this lizard. I promise it'll help with the pain, only 4 coins. I am not letting that thing lick me. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know her, that girl. So that's also funny to me because she
hilarious.
Would do that.
I'm getting there. You guys. We got to go to the Unity. All right. So
I'm not saying all the comments, so I don't know.
This deserves a conversation. So the Unity, and we see them from the beginning and in the middle, but this time we really get to see them in mass and like Hope. I think this is the first time we get to see Hope. And it's like she's talking about all the things they have accomplished. We've eradicated hunger, war, and all things that divide us. We have free healthcare, fresh, organically grown fruits and vegetables. Like a community that cares and values one another. And, division ends us. And I mean, like, what would we as a society give up to get those things? How much would we give up? That's my question to the chat. And, I would love to pick your brain, because obviously we can see some real world connections here. We're not going to go into politics, but I can see like where the world is hurting so bad to the point where we would be willing to give up individuality. That's what I'm looking for, in order to achieve this. And how easy would it be? But then what are the consequences to that?
Yeah, I think for me it's funny because I wrote this, I think originally in like 2018, and I remember in this, there's a bunker in the first issue. There's a really like tricked out bunker. And I remember doing research on billionaires and their plans for the end of the world. And since then, there was that TV show with Clive Owen where there's like a really intense bunker. Like there have been things since I wrote this. So I was obviously not the only person like thinking these guys, they have plans.
Yes.
But I've always been interested. And then over time, I've become more interested in extreme wealth and the damage that it's doing too.
And cults. And you must have done some, research on cults.
Yeah? Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm super interested in cults. I grew up in like sort of cult adjacent territory, and one of my good friends was raised in a cult, and one of my good childhood friends. And then since then, of course, it's like with anything else. Once you express interest or you start talking about it, you meet more people who have had these experiences. And I think, I listened to that podcast, a little bit culty. I watched The Vow. This is a really ripe time for cults in our culture, because I think a lot of people feel this desire for the world to be a better place. And
this right here,
and then someone taps into that and tells you, okay, here's how you can be a part of this world we're all building together. And of course, there's a desire to believe that there's a formula for that is easily executable. I think that's very seductive.
It is. And I mean, like, I just reading this, whenever they finish a sentence and they say, we are one, that whole like affirmation of, and encouraging people into the cult, like it's so interesting. I'm not gonna show it all, but I'm just saying, like, later on when they're talking, like those two guys are talking, it's Sky and I forget his other name.
Hawk.
Yeah, and they're just chatting, and they're having just a normal conversation. And every now and again, you hear Hope say, "We are one," and then the answer, "We are one," right in the middle. It's just programmed in at this point. Yeah. So that cult is super interesting to me. But
thank you. Me too. I mean, I just find the whole like, and if you listen or you engage with any cult deprogramming material, they talk a lot about most people get involved in cults because they care. Because they want to do a good thing. Nobody goes into a cult thinking, oh, this is a great way to be manipulated and have everything I care about taken from me. Like they think, oh, I care deeply about the world. I want everyone to have free healthcare and food. And like, of course I do. Why wouldn't I want that? And I think people are most people, obviously there are people who lay outside of this, but so many people just want the world to be a better place.
Yeah. Yeah. But, it's interesting to me, and I write this into my own story. It's like, how much do we not know this was, like, what's the backbones of this? What had to happen in order to get to this place?
Right. Yes.
Because we might have this, utopia now, but was it built on murder and lies?
Yes.
And is it valid as a utopia when it's built on murder and lies? You know what I mean? Like, does it, once we find out how it all got put together, does it all fall apart?
Right.
And I think that's where May is going to come into this, where she starts, you know, she is memory compromised.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. And she's remembering things as she kind of moves through the story. And I think that when she finds herself completely, I'm not all the way through the story yet, guys, that she's gonna, I don't know, let all the cats out of the bag and bring it all down. That's
I think for me it was important to have, like, I think also with this kind of cult, like, there are tools in any cult that keep people in the, you know, there's leverage, there's and there's all different things. There's a real system with cults. And it was important for me to have May be memory compromised, because people who have experienced extreme trauma are memory compromised. Like, that's just a necessity of survival, is to forget. And that was important to me, that it was very explicit too. Like, there is tech involved in her situation. But that is how it is when you're recovering trauma.
Yeah. Before we dig into protocol, because I got questions about that.
Sure.
I would like to take a break and play our game.
Okay.
We're gonna play our game. It's time to laugh a little bit, and we will split, I don't know, blah blah words. Okay. I don't know. All right, let's play this game. Yay! All right. There are no rules. We're just gonna throw some things up on the. Oh yes.
Well,
this is actually the chat. One of the chat's favorite part of the show.
Well, the intro was a little foreboding, so beware feels appropriate. I was like, oh, how cute. Wait a minute.
I mean, that's kind of how I roll. It's like, we got flowers and we got skulls and we got bears, but they're going.
Oh, so sweet. Oh, it's blood and a gunshot. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, no, I didn't have that on the list, but if we get to it, Dylan, we might do the bunny. Usually I try to I tie animals into the, okay, they really want this bunny.
So you're gonna explain. I mean, is there any? Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just for fun, and there's no points. There's no.
Okay, like, should I try to hug? Like, am I?
It doesn't matter if you want to hug it or not. It doesn't matter. You just tell me your honest opinion if you're going to hug these things or not.
So if I would, like, happily hug it, not be
right, exactly. Okay. And you can have any reason you want not to hug it. And I try to usually have a theme. Like, when Fish was on, I did fish and I did rabbits because Fish's comic is called Alice Lost in Wonderland. Right, so stuff like that. Now, you didn't really have a ton of animals for me to pick from in your book. In the beginning, there is a bird.
There are horses.
What's that?
Horses.
Horses. There are horses. I didn't tune in on the horses, but I did also tune into the name of one of the characters, which is Raven.
Yeah.
So our theme today is going to be birds.
Okay.
So hold on. Let me.
Okay. Are these birds wild or tame?
Depends on the bird.
Because if there's a person involved with a big, I can't think of the person who does, who has
like a glove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there a person like that who's like, this bird will not peck you to death?
Nope.
Okay. So it's just a wild raven.
A wild raven. And now I'm going to give you my opinion. I would probably hug this if it wasn't.
I mean, is it interested in a hug? Because if it is, I really do like.
I don't know. I guess it just depends on the raven. But I'm with you. Like, if it's interested and it's friendly,
if it's interested,
I would definitely.
I'm in.
Huh?
For sure. If it's interested, I'm in. But I'm not going to be a creep who's like, you want this hug? Take it.
You're gonna try and lure it with shiny things and corn. I don't know.
For its nest.
Dylan says, "Hug and kiss the beak." Oh, they like their head scratched. Like,
I really like. I know some people don't like crows and ravens, but I do.
Good way to lose an eye. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, that's why they have to be interested.
Yeah, ravens I think are so interesting because they can mimic.
Yeah. And social, do you know that they remember, like, people who have wronged them?
Yeah.
Through generations.
Piss them off.
They pass it down to their brethren.
Yeah.
Like, you're a bad person. Amazing.
and the whole flock of ravens comes
Yeah.
to get you. You've
Yeah.
done something wrong.
Yeah, you're bad.
And now I just peruse the internet for these, but since you have a character that creates fire and you have a character that's named Raven, I thought Fire Raven. Would you hug the Fire Raven?
I don't think so.
No.
That seems I don't that seems bad. Bad idea. Would you, Laurie?
No, I don't want to be on fire.
No, I don't. I've had third-degree burns from road rash, and I would not. It's not. Burns are very difficult to care for.
Oh gosh, I did not know this.
Road, yeah, that's what it's called.
Were you on a
Roller
motorcycle?
skating when I was a little girl, and I fell down a hill, and I went down the hill. I had to toothbrush out the asphalt.
Oh,
Terrible pain.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, so I thank you.
Appreciate your skin, people. You
Oh.
can't, like once it's messed up, it's messed up.
Falconer. Yeah, thank you. Yes, a falconer.
Oh, that's where we're. Burns are brutal. Yes,
They are.
They say, "Ouch."
Yeah.
Fish says, "Hug it very quickly."
And in a fire retardant suit.
Yeah, there you go. Crows are greatness.
I agree.
To say yes. All right, friends. What else do I got? I got more birds. Oh, now we couldn't talk about ravens without talking one of our favorite authors, Edgar Allan Poe. If a crow showed up with a skull, would you hug it?
Man. I mean, probably not, but I would really be curious.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to tell me?
Yeah. Whose skull is that, by the way? Is it real?
Yeah, is this coming zombie apocalypse? Like, what's,
Is it a sign? Is it a sign of something coming? Man, I don't know. I would definitely be curious as well. I probably would not hug said raven. And now we got some more famous ravens. We've had ravens in, a lot of different books, but also in TV shows. Game of Thrones has a 3-eyed raven.
Yeah, no way.
I'd probably be like, "Oh, you're so pretty." Is that a third eye?
No.
Run away.
Yeah, this is bad.
Am I the next raven? Like,
this is a sign, and it's a bad one. Get moving.
That's probably a bad sign. Don't hug the 3-eyed raven.
So that's a really good picture. It's like, whoa.
Now I have a couple other birds because I couldn't really find a ton of ravens that were different looking. They were all pretty much the same. So I have 2 other birds, and these both scared the shit out of me. So I'll just leave it at that. Are you familiar with the shoehorn or shoehorn? Is it shoebill? Someone help me. Shoebill stork. Shoehorn stork?
So funny, Laurie. I literally sent a meme of 2 of these birds in a bathroom.
Yeah.
On a toilet, and it says "Girls' Night Out." It made me laugh so hard. I don't even know why, but they're funny looking birds. No offense.
This one? They're giant.
They're huge. I mean, they were taking up almost the whole bathroom, 2 of them, with their wings out. Anyway.
By Jim Henson. Oh, is he in
a real one? Yeah.
The Dark Crystal? We put him in the Dark Crystal. Is that what we're doing? Scary. Then they clack their jaws fast, so it sounds like a machine gun.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is not.
This is not a huggable animal.
I don't care what it is. If this is the lighting situation and the facial expression, that's a fuck no. I mean, sorry. No.
You're allowed to swear on the show. That's
okay.
And then the last one, this is proof that birds came from dinosaurs. This is a cassowary.
I think they're kind of charming. I would hug it.
Really?
Yeah.
I would run away. I don't know what the correct thing to do is. You know how you're not
run away might be the correct thing to do.
I don't know, but I don't know because you know how like if you run away from a big cat, they chase you?
I think I've been to Australia and I've seen these and they seemed kind of like ostrich, like not threatening. Like really? I don't know if we have some experts in the chat, but they were. I don't know. I was charmed. I have a stuffed cassowary actually that I bought when I was there because I was just like, I really like birds too, Laurie. Like it's funny because some people really don't, and I do. Like,
Oh, I pegged you right then.
I love them. So yeah,
So you
I
would hug
I
this.
feel like it would be a privilege to hug a cassowary. They're
I'll
huge.
I will take a picture for you about 15 feet away.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
You
I
have
would take, I wouldn't do it for the selfie because people do a lot of stupid things for the selfie. But
That's funny, Lou. Like it looks like it's wearing a wig for a cape.
it's amazing, the feathers, the
Ah,
plumage.
I mean, this is a dinosaur. This is straight up a dinosaur, you
So
guys. Look
many
at it. Look
birds
at its
give me
head.
those vibes. Now that you
Gosh.
mention it. Mhm.
Don't they have really big claws though?
I don't know. I don't. My stuffed one doesn't.
No, okay. I don't know if that's accurate though. It's a step one.
It's also like this big.
Would you like to see the rabbit?
Sure, I'm so curious. What is this rabbit?
Now, there's a story behind this rabbit. It's actually really sad.
Oh,
But
yikes!
this is what I've been calling the Cthulhu rabbit,
Yeah.
because he has all these growths and makes him look like an elder god. But it is a virus that is actually a bunny plague going on in North America. Bunnies and squirrels can have all these growths. And I feel like this is how the Last of Us starts.
Yeah.
I feel like,
The fungus.
yeah, if it jumps to humans, we're screwed.
Yeah. So, but it doesn't. Like, it's not. I'm not going to get it if I hug the bunny.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not going to get it, I would hug it because I feel like it really needs a hug.
Wow, we have a first here on the show. Someone would actually hug the
Oh, I feel
Cthulhu
so
end of
bad
times
for it.
bunny.
Like the maternal instinct in me is like, oh,
Yeah,
you need a hug.
I don't know. I
If
definitely
I
wouldn't
can't
hug
get
this.
it, if I
I
can
would
get it, obviously
right
not.
now we can't, but you never know. What if it jumps to you?
What
What
if
if
I'm
you're
patient zero?
patient zero?
Mm,
Yeah, Lou says
yeah.
it's a 2-for-1 hug-o-meter because you can hug the virus and the bunny at the same time.
That's like the kind of situation actually where my husband would be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, but it seems sad.
He's like, put it down.
Like, but like,
please put it down.
yeah, I don't know. Things that are in pain or need help, I'm the person who's like, oh,
Poor thing.
poor
You are the
thing.
one to adopt them and take them home.
I don't do that. I stop myself at that. I
Yeah.
have to have, yeah. No, I know those people. Actually, a woman I know, she just exclusively adopts dogs that like can't walk or have, so she can't go anywhere. She can't travel or do anything because she can't have a dog sitter, who will take care of her menagerie of dogs. But it brings her so much joy.
That's a choice that she made. So
yeah, like she feels purposeful.
Yeah,
it takes everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, that, my friends, is our game. Thank you, Alyson, for playing. I don't know. I got a weird show. It's fine.
No. I didn't. None of the questions were something that was dead. I was really prepared for like, would you hug this dead thing? Was that intro?
Would you hug this dead fish?
No, it's dead. It doesn't need a hug.
But in my world, it's not. It'll come back. Everything comes back.
Oh, you gotta kill
it. What?
I don't know what that means.
What do you mean they're evolving back into dinosaurs? Are they getting giant and then are they losing their feathers and getting scales like you? We need to know more now.
Yeah,
Please.
I need more details.
Yeah. Yeah, first person to hug the rabbit. Poor baby. Click bang. Oh no, don't adopt the bunny. No.
I'm not gonna adopt the bunny.
I would not do that to someone. I've done some pretty gross pictures. What was that? I got fuzz on my face. I've done some pretty gross things, but I've never done like just straight up roadkill.
I mean, I think the answer would be no.
No, we shouldn't hug the roadkill. I'm just saying there's probably some bad things in there. All right. So I want to talk about a protocol. So in Reburn, Now we first get, when do we first talk about protocol? Right in the beginning. And May needs her protocol, or she hasn't gotten her protocol. Protocol is something that we find out is injected into all the people. Yes?
I think some people it's just like in the water. I
It's
don't
in
think
the
people
water.
like, I think people without superpowers probably don't need the same kind of
So protocol
situation.
can give people superpowers, but it also can take them away.
Yes, yes, yes. Well,
Okay. Tell us.
sorry.
Tell us. Give us the deets. I need to know the deets.
Okay, so the people who we really see getting protocol are May and Hawk because they both have things that
Yes.
they're born with. They were not given through the magic of science. So the regular like people who live in the Unity, they're just like getting the like fluoridated water, like the calming, like
Okay.
everything's
That's what I
cool.
was wondering. Does it have an ulterior purpose of like calming the masses
Yeah,
or keeping
like you're just
them?
like things are good. Don't
Yeah.
ask
Okay.
questions. So they are not getting this like level of care. I don't like using that word, but they're not on watch in that way. And so then yes, there are people getting experimented on who are getting different protocols, but like just the regular person, because it's really important in cults that there's like a whole layer of people who are just living regular lives, right?
Right.
Because you can't
Servants.
have everybody getting, because then people are like, what the freak, like why is all of this happening all the time? So it's very important that when in any like power dynamic that is toxic, that there are tons of people who have plausible deniability, who when
Mhm.
you come forward and say this horrific thing is happening to me, they can say, well, it's not happening to me.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah, things are great. The things are better than they've ever been, in fact.
Hmm.
So because you need to be able to gaslight people, like that's essential.
Control.
Yeah.
Okay. So protocol
So
for
her
the regular
protocol is a
masses.
suppressant of her powers and everything that she's capable of doing, because that's the only way she's controllable, because she is like this problem that we sometimes have in comics. She's so powerful. Like, what do you do with Superman? Because he, or Captain Marvel, like they can do so much. Why
Hmm.
don't they just do everything? So there's a lot of things in place to keep her controlled, including the protocol. And then I think what becomes interesting for me as a writer is, okay, once you take away these constraints, is she able to just fully embody herself? Well, no.
Hmm.
She's been through hell. It's not like it's a switch you flip where it's like,
Right.
okay, now I'm fully myself again. Like it's a lot to
Oh,
process, a lot,
right.
which is revealed as in subsequent issues, like what she's working through.
Super microplastics. That what we're putting in people? Protocol. Super microplastic. What did you say, Dylan? Artists and ADHers don't drunk enough water, so we probably be the last ones to notice. This is probably true.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in now. Don't answer this because I'm
Okay.
not all the way through, but I'm interested to see May's connection to the protocol. Did they develop it because of her, or were they able to develop it because they sampled her? You know what I mean? Like, is it
Mhm.
derived from her at some point? Because she talks about what protocol does to her versus other people, and so I know there's got to be a connection to her and how the unity is able to control all these people. So I'll have to go. Don't answer. Don't. I know you're not reacting. Perfect.
No, I'm just
I
listening.
was like,
Okay.
don't give me anything because I want to see, how she's connected to it all because she can't remember. So it's like, was she a willing participant and helped make everything and had second thoughts?
Mhm.
Or was she always opposed to the unity? Like, we're going places, people. And now she has two daughters.
She does. Mhm.
And I'm
Raven.
just getting to that part where we're
Mhm.
meeting the family. And
Mhm.
so, how important are these daughters and this relationship to the story as it unfolds?
I think I mean,
I mean,
they were always important. It was interesting because I originally wrote this world and this story back in like 2002. Like the first
Wow.
time I wrote a screenplay, and it was all about Violet, one of her daughters. And it was
Mm.
her perspective because I was closer to her age at that time. And it was her perspective as a person who's been through all Violet's been through. And then when I came back to the material after I'd become a mother, and I'd always thought she would find her mother, May, in that world. But then when I came back to it, once I'd had kids, I was like, oh, I want the mom to be the main character because that's what I am. And so the daughters are really important. I think that she makes a lot of her life choices because she wants to try to keep them safe.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And give them some sense of autonomy, which hasn't had in a very long time. And I think when your freedom is taken away from you, you're incredibly motivated to get it back for the people you love. Sometimes more than you would be for yourself because you are just in survival mode. And I think having kids has certainly changed me and given me, it's given me a lot of encouragement to heal things that I've been through because I don't want to pass that on.
Right.
So
how much of your relationship and your daughters, I mean, even their personalities are written into this relationship that May has with her daughters?
Well, I don't think that's as explicit because I don't have daughters, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry. I thought you did. I thought we were talking about you. We were talking about kids, and I have daughters, so I just assume everybody has daughters. Sorry.
Yeah. No, don't.
How much of your kids then are in this relationship? Because
it's funny because I had written these characters before I had children. So
yeah,
Violet has been in my mind and my life for, oh my God, so long. And I think she's more like me, probably, than my children, because originally she's just like, when I wrote her, I was still very much, I am estranged from a big chunk of my family. And I think that just that rage, I really felt close to that of feeling like unseen and just the attempts people will go to erase you and what you have to say. So I think Violet is more like me, and then Raven is like maybe my better angels. Who's like, okay, we can figure this out. Like, there's a way through this. And Violet's like, can we just blow it up? I think when I originally wrote it, I was just more in like, can we just blow it up?
Yeah. And CL feels you. His comic is called Drunk Mom.
Oh yeah.
And it's about relationship with this mom and her younger one, and she goes out, she's a vigilante at night, but she's a recovering alcoholic. And so when she's tired during the day, people think that she's relapsed, but really she's out fighting crime. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
But I mean, this is what we were talking about, the relationships in the story that we're able to like have an emotional connection. And I like writing my own trauma into my story because I feel like since I've been through, everybody else should too.
I mean, something with it too. Like, I mean, there is something healing in, oh, this serves some purpose beyond me just living through it.
Right. But other people have lived through things and can connect to that as well.
Yeah.
And so I think it's
we're all doing something, like I co-edited an anthology about sibling loss. My brother died when I was younger. One of my brothers died when I was younger. And everyone's grieving something. Yes. Even if it's just the passage of time, the most basic thing to grieve, or the most essential thing that we all share. But I mean, lots of us have loss and trauma. And I just feel like we grew up in a time where it was very much like, just put that away and move on. That was certainly the directive I got when my brother died. It was like, okay, are you over it yet? Like 5 days later. No, no, still not over it. And I felt really like broken that I wasn't over things. And
who gave you that expectation that it would just like go away?
Family, society, my friends. I mean, they were kids. They didn't know. Like, even now with grief, when I have somebody I know that they lose someone they love, like, I mean, you do your best and you say some things, but all you can do is just be there.
Exactly.
And I think that that's so hard for a lot of people to just be there because it makes them think about
Uncomfortable. Well, it's like a problem that there's no immediate fix. There's
there's no
no
fix.
right? There's no like, oh, well, you just need to take this vitamin and like
Right.
your deficiency goes away.
Yeah.
Um, I've encountered some loss myself, and it was interesting to me. The way that someone described it is you're in the ocean, and sometimes there's big waves, and sometimes there's small waves, but there's always waves.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, there's more big waves,
Yeah.
but eventually you'll get smaller waves. And then
Yeah.
every now and again, a big wave will show up, and it'll crush you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's it's something you live with for the rest of your life. So
Yep.
yeah, that's so frustrating that someone would be like, "Are you over it yet?"
I mean, it's interesting because sibling loss is sort of on the hierarchy of grief, sort of very, very low. Um,
Why?
I think,
Why
we
is there even a hierarchy? That's a problem.
there is a hierarchy of grief. These are the kind of things you learn when you when you go out in a book and you talk to so many
Yeah.
different people about grief. Um, I think, we talk about it like, why is it? I think because losing a child is sort of the agreed upon worst thing that can happen to a person. And siblings, it's just like, you get a lot of take care of your parents, make sure your parents are okay. You're young, you're resilient, or in my case, you have other brothers, or he was just your half brother, or
Just
yeah,
how would anybody I mean, like, if that came out of someone's mouth,
it came out of a lot of people's mouths,
oh
Laurie.
my god.
Yeah. I mean, my like cousins, my aunt, like, why are you sad at the memorial? It's just like, he just died.
We're
I'm
at
sad.
his memorial, and you're asking me why
Why are
am I
you so
sad?
sad? He's just your half brother. I'm like, well, I grew up with him and he's like the best person in my life. So I'm sad about it. Yeah, people just like push it away. And I think, that shows up in Reburn. It shows up honestly in all of my writing, this like deep discomfort we have with
Other people's grief?
sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And like I'm comfortable with people. I mean, the world is really hard. Being a human is not easy.
Well, and I mean, that's something that I hit really hard in my book is, dealing with death. It's like it comes for us all,
Yeah.
and we live each day usually not thinking about it, but it's like you can get
Not
hit by a
me.
bus. You can get hit by a bus tomorrow. You know what I mean? And it's like it's always there. And
It's always there. It's a running joke with like,
really
especially my friend who I co-edited this book with. Like, what's it like to not think about death every day? I don't know. Must be something. Because I mean, that's not I think about it not like all day, but it's there. I mean, which I think makes me probably more grateful for the life that I do have and the things that I do have. But it's also like kind of a bummer. But it's just I've realized a lot of people who lose people young in life, or they think about death a lot. So I'm not alone in that.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You can see like
Yeah.
it walks with me every day.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I might not talk to people about it because again, it's like you don't go to the neighborhood barbecue like, "Oh, I was thinking about death today."
I do. People are like, "Oh,
Mm.
what are you working on?" "Oh, a book about sibling loss." Like, "Oh, goddamn, Alyson."
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh,
She's a real
what a
buzzkill.
Debbie Downer."
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I laugh, I think, more than most people. Like, so I do laugh a lot, and I'm just like, I'm very emotional.
But you have to have that balance. And I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
like,
I do.
that's why I was laughing at that part in your book where it's like, yes, you have these serious, like we have a cult and we have,
Yeah.
suppression of society and control and experimentation on humans, but we have this lizard that might make you feel better if you let it lick you for 4 coins. You got to have that. You have to. We do that in my book as well, where it's just like we have such
Yeah.
random things that will catch you off guard. Or it's just like that's funny, but you have to. Because again, you can't be that Debbie Downer. You have to be able to look at life and be like, we could die tomorrow. I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. I'm gonna have a good time today. We're gonna write comics. We're gonna talk to indie creators. We're gonna
Yeah.
make art. We're gonna
Yeah.
do fun stuff because
Yeah. I think it's very motivating, right? It's like, just do it.
Just do it. What's going to stop you?
Yeah.
That bus with your name on it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Until then, though, do it.
Dylan,
Yes,
I see
trauma.
this as that SpongeBob meme where he's like, trauma.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
This is why the focus should always be community over numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
My face is cringing at that. That's sad. Yeah. And the world acts like you should be done being sad now. Dude, my whole world. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't go away, just becomes different. Yeah, exactly. And you have what exactly? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was engrossed in conversation. What is featured in your book, Lou? The fact that we are all mortal and going to die? Sibling loss? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a grab bag of things.
Yeah, you just pick your fun topic of the day.
I agree, Mr. Fish. I talk about that with my kids because they're grappling with like everything that's going on in the world and like, are we all gonna be here? And I'm like, I felt the same way. You know, like I can't believe I'm gonna be 52 in a few weeks. That seemed like ancient. That was like so old.
You are wise.
And yeah, I'm grateful.
Here it is. Shit done vibes. Yeah. That's just it. Everyone experiences trauma. It makes them cruel, and some of us kind and happy, and some of us storytellers.
It's true. Yeah? So find the ones who are kind and happy.
And giggling about it. Oh, Dylan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This we did not know. Lost my mom in 23, my dad in 25. It's just last year, Dylan. I'm so sorry.
That's so recent.
We didn't have the best relationship since I was their caregiver, and my dad was my abuser. Yeah, this is what's so hard. You know what I mean? As parents get older and we're expected to take care of them. But it's part of life, and I'm still going through it. I had a moment.
That's really recent, Dylan. Like you are still in acute grief. So I just want to make space for that. Like
give yourself some
give yourself as much care as you can and as much grace as you can. Like that's yesterday as far as I'm concerned.
You could read some comic books too. Get, put yourself in that's why we do this. It's like, why do you do this? And I'll ask Alyson in here your answer too, but I love to write, to give people a place to go outside of their own world and forget their kids and their taxes and their responsibilities and that meeting and deadline at work and fighting with your spouse or whomever. You know what I mean? You can go. Now, my world, like yours, became a little too much current events because it wasn't current event.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden is. So you could still Glenn's over here thinking he's gonna pick you up. Glenn, come on now.
I'm married.
Yeah. he's across the pond. It's fine. Hi, Andrea. Yeah, we love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but are you similar to me? Is that why you do what you do? You want to make space for other people to go to?
I think ultimately I do what I do because books saved my life.
Yeah.
Because and media, movies, and like seeing just a little bit of my story reflected made me feel like less broken, or at least broken with others. It's just, I remember when I first went back to therapy, my therapist was like, I was talking about how broken I felt. And she was like, that's really common. Like it was much easier for you to think you were the problem than to accept that what you were living in wasn't safe, that like you weren't being looked after, which seems so obvious, but was very mind-blowing for me to hear. It's like, okay. So I'm not just like a piece of shit. Oh, okay.
You are not. Amazing.
Yeah. And sometimes
you have to have someone else tell you that. It's like,
and just believe you and listen to you. And so I think that if I could make one person not feel like a piece of shit,
then we've had a good day, right?
Totally worth it. Because I needed all of those things to help me just, keep going. And think like, there's a point. Like maybe I'll tell a story someday. Maybe I don't know. Like there's just something out there in the future that, because when things are really hard, you need something. You need hope.
Yes. And I mean, and it's good for, I don't know, writing is cathartic for the creator as well, because when I'm up late because my brain won't turn off,
Mhm.
I can go sit down and I can dump out what I'm feeling through my character, Jude St. Clair. It's what he's feeling in this space.
Yep.
So it gives us a place to escape to, and then it gives our readers a place to escape. So like you said, it saves us. A lot of times it starts out as I have this story and I have to get it out.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with it after that. And it's like, why would anybody want to read this until you find out that people want to read this,
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it changed I find that the more that I write and share my story and the things that are meaningful to me, the more you find your people, the
Right.
more you connect with people. I mean, Elise is coming to visit me this weekend, so
Yay! That's exciting.
yeah, she's one of my good friends, and I love her. I would never have known her if not for this book, and I think like having people who are your friends and see you and love you, like, I don't know, whatever gets you there.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's funny how like the people that are in your life that really care are now a part of this journey. And then you meet new people that you now care about. What were we talking about, Fish? Like living room people? How it's like you can have living room people, porch people, and mailbox people. And like
Yeah.
you have different levels of
Yeah.
friends that you have found
Yeah.
because of the journey you're on. And so it's really interesting all the new living room people you have because of the journey you're on. Lou says, my book is about navigating life after a death and trauma while learning to trust again. Gosh, if that isn't the human experience in a sentence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to make it a comedy. Awesome. I'm sold. I want a copy.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Comedy is hard.
Comedy is hard. And it's hard because it's like, I never know if something's going to hit. I mean, like the timing, that's the hardest part. And I think for comics, it's the pacing. The pacing is what makes things hit or not. But gosh, comedy, stand-up comedians, God, I don't envy them at all. Can you imagine being up on stage, telling a joke, and nobody laughs?
No, I'd probably cry.
I'd be like, all right, I'll tip your waitress.
Yeah.
Bye.
I think I might cry. So I think that's very sweet, Fish. It's a lovely way to end your
Uncle Fish loves you. That's why we have the ending of this show, which we're not going to say yet because we're not there. Death includes a loved one and me. Obviously, my experience was temporary. Yeah. And mine was an accident. Mine was accidentally in surgery. To confirm. Got it. So what's next? Are you still... I know I haven't gotten to the end of Reburn. Is it done? Is there more Reburn?
I mean, we could make more for sure. There went my voice. We have a sneak peek of the next arc just to show, like, in the collected edition that like there are more stories that we can tell. We're not currently working on, because it is a very expensive undertaking, and so both Jess and I have other projects we're working on. We're really working on this feature right now, which is another one of my stories. And yeah, so it's there. I would love to return to it. I mean, you know how it is. These characters become like a part of you, and you want to fight for them and tell their story in its entirety. So yeah, it's ongoing for sure.
So we will get more Reburn in the future.
Yeah,
it's not.
But you know, it's a huge labor of love doing independent projects.
Yeah, we're most of the people in the chat. We understand.
Yeah, no, I can tell
there
from
with
the comments. Yeah,
running Kickstarters and making sure artists are paid.
Yes, it's really important to us is to pay a fair wage. And I wanted to say that even like that was such a beautiful thing that came out of Kickstarter, and the success was paying everybody and paying people that you think their work's incredible. Like what a privilege to employ people that you admire.
Yes, absolutely. My artists and my colorists, they're Gilbert Perez and Matt Chambers. And if it wasn't for the Kickstarter that we run, twice a year, I wouldn't be able to afford them.
Twice a
And
year,
like you
Laurie.
said,
That's a lot.
they do such incredible work. And I want them to bring paths to life. And
Yeah.
so thank goodness for places like Kickstarter
Yeah.
and the people that come and support us. So that way we can continue to tell a good story.
Yeah.
All right. So take me through your
my
website. This
website.
is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you. I made it.
Bravo.
I
I hate
employed
my
myself.
website because I spend no time on it. It's one of
Yeah.
those things like I should probably go spend more time on it. Who has time? So
I mean, it's endless. The asks on time. I mean, you can't. It's. I was just talking with a friend about this, and then you have a minute, and you're like, I should be doing something. No, don't do something. Take a nap.
this is what Carissa Grant always tells me, my friend. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I have 16 things." She's like, "Go take a nap." And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Just take a nap.
"You're right."
You do not have to be doing work. You do not have to be doing labor to be worthwhile person.
Right.
Take a nap.
Your sanity matters. Your sanity matters. So
It
it's like,
matters so
go.
much. And like, this
Yeah.
is a freaking marathon. So
Yes.
take care of yourself.
Yeah.
We want you around for the long haul. So yes, this is my website. Like I said earlier, whoopsies. I do these poems where I'm from once a week. That's a big
These ones.
thing I do that I love. And I have 225 today.
Amazing.
And it's inspired by Georgia Lyon's poem Where I'm From, which many of you may have been exposed to in school or have done your own version. And Georgia and I, that's another person, are now friends, which I love so much. And she's great. And that's a list of all the
Wow.
people who joined me. Yes. And some of the Comics and Motions guy. Yeah, there's Seth. Mm-hmm. Yep. Me. I do it every year on my birthday.
I was like, those are only two people I recognize so far.
Yeah, I'm like, who else? Elise did one, Jess did one. So I do that. And I have one of those in now.
Wow. I'm going to add myself to this list.
Please do. In June.
Yeah, in June. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll email you. And then The Loss of a Lifetime is the sibling loss anthology that I co-edited, which is 28 different essays and poems about losing a sibling. And Elise did this cover actually too, this book cover.
It's gorgeous.
It's a watercolor. And I'm just...
Watercolor is too much controlled chaos for me. It's one of those things like it just goes onto the paper and it just like the water takes it in a direction that maybe you had no intention of it going. So it's controlled chaos. And when you see beautiful things like this, I'm just like, wow.
I mean, Elise is so talented. But we had talked about doing watercolor at one point, like for flashbacks or, because we both love watercolor, but it is hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Does she work traditionally or does she work digitally?
She can do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would she do traditional watercolor then? Oh my gosh.
Well, it was interesting because Hillary Jenkins, who colored issues 2, 3, and 4, she actually is a painter by trade. That's her first love. And she does paint the colors, like
wow.
Paint, and then she puts it in and digitally alters it. And like it is, so she would send me like progress. And I mean, they're these gorgeous paintings, like that staircase scene that you showed that page. It's painted first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have those in your house? Just framed on the wall?
Have those in my house. I was actually just thinking, I think maybe Jess has them. I don't, no. Amazing. I have some pages on my wall though, which I love.
That's so cool.
Pages.
Lou, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic.
Investing in other people getting to chase their dreams like I get to. That's so cool. I'm with you, Fish. If I could back everybody, I would. In fact, I back way too many. Whenever my Kickstarter is live, I'm out there backing people to the point where I get in trouble. My husband's like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, maybe you could lay off for a little bit. Sorry.
It's very, I mean, it's wonderful. And it's so nice to back people who really need it, because Kickstarter has become a platform with some really big names.
Yeah. And I mean, like I'm back and forth on those. Those are the ones that my husband is backing. And I'm like, why?
I know.
Like,
they have $1 million.
Right. I'm like, this is Berserker. This is Keanu Reeves. I'm like, they could have taken this directly to Amazon. They had no business, being on Kickstarter where all of us little podunk guys are like, what about me? I'm over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting watching traditional publishers use Kickstarter. You're just like,
why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kickstarter's not going to say no. They get the money.
No, of course not. Yeah, it's huge business for them.
Right.
And then Told the Night is the film that I was talking about. Elise did this poster. You can see how much I work with Elise. We work with Elise. So we made the short film. Jess, who edited Reburn, directed it, and I wrote it. And we're working on getting the feature out in the world. But yeah, we made this short. We're super proud of it.
Yeah, let's watch the trailer.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. It's a period piece.
Today we're celebrating a wedding. I, for one, am thrilled.
I don't remember any of this.
Okay.
I believe the Gravel Institute saved your life, Nadine. I'd hate to send you back.
Aren't we just to die for? Remember, honey, you are a happy, beautiful bride.
I don't know why I'm getting our tears of joy. This happens every time I tell you.
Every time. None of this seems right.
Dun dun dun.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh. All right. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me click the button. What am I doing? I'm gonna get rid of this for a second. So I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is not it. Go back. There we go. Okay. So. How long is the short film?
Like 13 minutes, I think.
13 minutes?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, like, people don't understand how much work goes into 13 minutes.
It's an incredible, Jessica and her husband Brad work in television. And so when we made this short, and Brad has been a director for a long, I mean, they're both Canadian. And the people who came out to work with us on this, it was incredible. It was a wonderful experience. And it takes a lot of work.
Blown away. And it's like comics where it's like you have to be efficient. Yeah. Because you have to be able to tell a story, especially short films, 13 minutes. How do you tell a whole story in 13 minutes? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a whole story, but it's also leading to you asking questions. It's definitely an ending where you can draw your own conclusions, which some people like and some people don't. But it's a thriller. I
love that because I want a story where I can talk about it. And again, it's we're talking about do you really need to hit your viewer over the head with something? Is it something that we can? Those are the best. Is my husband and I go to the movies and I'm like, all right, could we talk about this? I want to talk about this scene and what does that mean? Yeah. And did you see this? And what did you take away from that? That's what I love. If we go see a blockbuster where it's beginning, middle, end, they tell you everything you need to know. I'm just like, that was great.
Or sometimes the blockbusters that don't do as well are the ones I really enjoyed Thunderbolts, and you're like, why didn't more people see this? This was actually really good.
I liked that one.
Yeah. But it was not the A-list.
The chicken with the sign was the best. When they were in the void and they were fighting, when they had to fight the chicken with the sign, that was.
I enjoyed it. So, but we love talking about movies and television shows. That's kind of what we do at the dinner table. So I'm in an anthology coming up in April called No Contact, Writers on Estrangement. So I think there's about 20 something of us writing about all different kinds of estrangement. Mine is from my brother. But yeah, it's all kinds. Oh yeah, there it is.
Cool.
Yes. I'm
well, not cool, but I mean,
no, I mean, for me, when I stopped talking to my brother, there was no word estrangement or no contact. It was just why aren't you talking to your brother? So I'm grateful to have language. I'm really blown away by how language has come about in the past 5 to 10 years to describe so much of the things that I lived through. And if a book like that had existed, you know, it would have been amazing. Yeah, and there's Comics Lit and different essays I've written, and yeah, Comics Lit. And I think there'll be a volume 2. There's a volume 2. I've written an essay, so there'll be a volume 2. There's Tanya, sort of. Yeah, and Seth's in there, and Tanya, A.R. Farina, a bunch of people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Selected essays. Man, look at all this accomplishments.
Oh. Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks.
Old lady comedy.
Those ones are actually, just straight up funny. That was something. It's about it. I don't know if anyone can see, but it's
big for anyone to ever love you.
My mom and like many of her friends changed their names when I was a little kid, and then also I was taken to the numerologist to change my name, and I didn't want to do it because I like.
Is that a thing? Numerologists and they change your name? Why?
Why? Because it's like you change your name to the most like optimal name for your birthday and your
what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, but they all changed. My mom's name was a different name. She had a different name from like when I was 4 to when I was 14.
So they legally changed their name, like paperwork and everything.
Oh yeah. Yep. And many of that, like her, like probably 20 of her friends. So many of the people in my life changed their names around that time. And then I was taken to potentially like optimize my name, and the choices were not appealing. I was just like, I don't want that name.
Was it?
And then also to change your last name, which I didn't want to do because I felt like, it was part of my identity. And
yeah,
you change your full name.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep, totally. Like your middle.
So you would have a different last name than your family? Like your mom has one last name, you would have a different last name?
Maybe I could have gotten the same last, but she did have a different last name than me. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, now this is a rabbit hole I need to go down, apparently.
Yeah. You can read that essay. I write about it in my manuscript, my memoir that I'm currently out submitting to small presses and trying to find a home for, where I write about it there as well. Yeah, my childhood was definitely chaotic.
I think childhood in itself is mostly chaotic, but some are more chaotic than most. And I think this falls into the latter.
I look back on it like, everyone just is different.
Mr. Fish, I always want to do a painted cover, but my pages would have to be 2x3. Painted book. Yeah. Painted book. Oh, interesting. Colored inks on my comics and illustration. That's interesting, Glenn. Yeah. Some of your hatch drawings. I'll have to go look. Just started animation. Seconds are longer now. Yeah. Blue animation, man. I got respect for you. I tried and I got like a 10-second animation. I was like, no thanks.
It is so time. I had a friend who did stop motion in film school for their thesis, and it was like 8 minutes, 9 minutes. I mean, and it took him like years.
Yeah, I was like, did it take him 2 years?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
But that is like,
respect to you. Drunk Mom is my life. She taught me so much just by being my main character. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they become people to us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait a minute. Fish might not have been my most optimal name. Maybe you could go to the Hertha, the numerologist, and find out what your real name is.
I don't think she's probably alive anymore. She was not a young woman. But if you meet
actually Hertha, and she's changing, she is what authority does she have to tell people that their names are no good when her name is
I felt similarly, Laurie. I was like, Hertha, I don't want my name to end like, I was, 5. I don't want to go to school with this name that you're proposing. A lot of the names start with H, Z, or R.
What the?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would not trust a Hertha. I'm sorry.
I didn't really.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Spoiler, I didn't change my name.
You were Uncle Bob
in a million years. That's so awful. And just having her like tell me what was wrong with it, I was like, that's fine.
Yeah, like I'm attached to this. Like that's not, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, this has been my name my whole life.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
But I have dropped the links for everybody to the website. Where can they pick up a copy of Reburn?
Reburncomic.com. We have a store on there.
Gotcha.
And there might be late pledges on Kickstarter. I'm not super familiar with that. I don't really. That's a new feature since the last time we did Kickstarter, because we did a Kickstarter in May. I don't know how long late pledges go. June.
They go until you turn them off.
Oh, so we may still have late pledges on Kickstarter.
I'm gonna go look.
Okay. Yeah. Kickstarter is a whole thing, Laurie. So you doing it twice a year, that's really time consuming.
It is, and I'm planning a launch for February 7th, and I am so far behind right now.
Yeah, we kind of just, the last one we were just like, okay, we're not doing any, or this is like the most bare bones. Like, we're just here to sell the because in the past we had done all the tiers and all the, and it was just like, okay, we just want to get this book into people's hands.
And like I'm extra, so I have like hot sauce and poker cards and bear suits and
wow.
I
what do you do with your extras? You take them to cons with you?
I do. Well, a lot of times if I have extras, like things that come extra, I will have as like add-ons on the next campaign, or I take them to cons. I make t-shirts. Usually I don't take the t-shirts with me because it's so hard to stock the right size. Yeah. I just do t-shirts on the Kickstarters because then people can tell me what size and what style they want, and I just make it and send it to them. But
you have storage. You live in Texas.
No, I don't have storage. No, we don't have.
That's like a real issue for us.
Yeah, that's why I redid my whole office. This used to be like our guest bedroom, and we had to put in a Murphy bed so I could have like an office. Yeah, and I have like you can't see this side, but it's my desk, and I have shelves, and I'm still like all my comic books are out in the front room, all my inventory, and like the stuff I take to con. So I'm still working on this space to try and make it more optimal. Yeah. So I would love to have all my stuff in this room instead of spread out through the house. It's better, but I mean, like I feel you where it's like. When we were in Michigan, I had a basement, and that would have been awesome.
Yeah, you need like a dedicated space, especially if when you're doing fulfillment. Yeah, like, I mean, we were in my garage for fulfillment, like for just like a couple days, but I can't like store things in my garage because it's not that kind of space.
No, because you can't store inventory in there because it's a garage. It's not weatherproof, so the moisture will get it. So same. It's like I could probably store. I don't know, packaging.
Yeah, I have like my Gemini boxes out there. Those are fine.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you can do. But here's
bags and boards maybe, but I have those inside.
And this ain't nothing to sneeze about, everybody. Look, they had 15 backers and 13,233. That's amazing. That's huge support. And I applaud that. Yes, people are showing up, and that's what we love. Project we love, but we love this. So they're very cool. It doesn't look like late pledges are turned on, but there is a link to the website.
Volume 1, Laurie, on Reburn Volume 1. This is 3 and 4.
Oh, am I in the wrong place? That would probably be why it's not.
I don't know that it is, but it would be on Volume 1.
Hold on, let me go back. I saw issue 1, and I was like, I went right to 3 and 4.
That was a big campaign. That was perfect.
Here we go. Much better.
Yeah. So it's not on, right?
I
couldn't find it.
It says all gone.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like there's any late pledges.
Okay, we'll just go to our website, reburncomic.com.
Yeah. But this one doesn't have a link, so I don't know if you can, because the other one had the link to the website.
Oh, it did.
Click on that for 3 and 4. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if you can add it or should add it, or who cares at this point. I don't know.
I know. That's how it gets. You're like, I don't know.
She's beautiful though. I love this character, May. She's gorgeous. Look at this. I like we have graffiti. I gotta stop talking because we gotta wrap up the show. Yeah, but I could fan out about your series for days. I really could. So I like just seeing all the cool stuff and the propaganda and the things that you've built into the world. I really like and enjoy. So,
and it's an all-female creative team. If that's something that matters to you, we were very pleased that we were able to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It meant a lot to us.
I got a female editor. Hooray.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, oh, this is something we want to try to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you try to do things that don't work out. This one did. So nice.
Sometimes, yeah, I tried. I think I tried to have a female colorist, and unfortunately she didn't work out.
Yeah.
My colorist,
many of them.
Matt Chambers. All right, my friends, we're going to start wrapping it up here. Alyson, where can people find you, follow you on socials, and where do they sign up to get like all the good updates?
I think the easiest thing is just to go to my website that Laurie so graciously featured, AlysonShelton.com, ALYSON Shelton.com. And then you can sign up for my newsletter there. And I'm on Substack and Instagram by Alyson Shelton. And Instagram is the one I use the most. So that would be the place to follow me. And I want to extend the invitation to all of you to join me for a poem. It is open door policy. So if anyone is interested in joining me for Where I'm From poem, please follow me on Instagram and DM me. I love meeting new people. I love hearing people's poems and their stories. I think that telling our stories and listening to other people's stories is like one of the things that we can do that truly does matter. So I'm grateful to be in a position to do that. So come join me.
I think you just made a ton of friends. I think you're going to find us all like, hi, I would like to write a poem.
Please, sincere offer. Please DM me.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely be DMing you to be on there as well. So
Good.
Thank you everybody for tuning in to the Tuesday Morning Brew. Next week, we're going to have Scott Cirkland. He's from Artcasters, which is another podcast on the West Coast. They're in, I'm not sure LA, but they are definitely all the way on the West Coast because I've been on their show before and it's like 11 o'clock and they're like, are you still with us, Laurie? And I'm like,
So they're at night.
Yeah, they're late at night, but such a great show. Definitely tune in next week for Scott. And then, of course, make sure you're signed up for pre-launch for Path of the Pale Rider number 8. I want to give everybody mini books. I'm already making them, planning on sending them out. So,
what a great idea!
Help me get there. Otherwise, I'm just going to have a giant bag of. I'll find some other way to give them away. I promise. But
send me the link, Laurie.
Yeah, okay.
When you're DMing me about other things.
Perfect.
Yes.
Please. And that's about it. Make sure I will be posting more updates about the books I'm rebinding. You can kind of see them here. I've been posting reels and TikToks about When Time Speaks. And I've been ripping off covers and rebuilding covers and painting edges and having just a good old time. So that's what I've been posting recently. So make sure you guys are in the Path of the Pale Rider group so you can participate in the shenanigans and do the cosplay, all of that good things. And I'm going to stop talking and play some ads on the way out. Make sure you kiss your babies and be excellent to each other. And we will see you here next week on the Tuesday Morning Brew. Bye, everybody. All right, which one? I forgot to push the button. Here we go.
Yeah.